on to the Election Commission of India. The Election Commission of India has now dismissed allegations by the Congress party concerning irregularities in the Haryana elections, calling them baseless and cautioning against making such sensational claims during sensitive times like polling and counting. The commission emphasized that irresponsible accusations can disrupt public peace and sow unnecessary doubts about the electoral process. The ACI affirmed that every stage of Haryana election process was conducted under strict supervision, including the oversight of Congress agents, with the re-verification of 26 constituencies and responses to the Congress's complaints spanning over 1,600 pages. Meanwhile, Congress leader Dr. Udit Raj has in fact voiced his opposition, accusing the ECI of murdering democracy and calling for a nationwide movement to abolish electoral voting machines, with plans for a rally in Delhi at the Ram Leela Maidan on December 1st. Now, ECI urged all parties to focus on constructive measures, discouraging a trend of frivolous complaints in response to challenging results. There is a series of reactions that are coming in on the story. Let's listen into it.
Congress party has got a befitting and strong reply from the Election Commission, which has said that it has made irresponsible, completely baseless, false, misleading, misplaced allegations devoid of facts as regards the Election Commission and EVMs in Haryana. Congress party always does this when it loses. These people have conditional commitment towards constitution. They talk about constitution, but they undermine the constitutional institutions. They put Parivar Tantra above institutions of Loktantra, and therefore they make these kinds of wild, baseless allegations. This shows that they cannot win the elections. Therefore, they will blame the entire system. The entire world praises our electioneering system, but Congress party undermines it. It shows their mindset.
I'm now joined by my colleague Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, we are seeing that the response that is coming from the ECI is, of course, very strong worded. They have, in fact, been saying that the opposition party is undermining the democracy, undermining the entire electoral process. Why is it that even after, a series of complaints that was filed by the Congress, and there has been, in fact, clarification that has come from ECI in all those complaints, even then there are leaders within the Congress party who seems to be dissatisfied by the response of the ECI?
Well, Sherin, if you remember, right in the middle of the counting, in fact, even as the counting was going on, there was a press conference which was held by the Congress party, and they had dashed off a letter. Jairam Ramesh had dashed off a letter to Election Commission, also alleging that there was a deliberate slowdown of counting because that would demoralize the party cadre. And also it was as a kind of a message which was going to the counting agents as far as the EC is concerned. EC had come down very, very strongly on that as well. Now, after results were out, there was again a list of constituencies as a part of the delegation which had gone to Election Commission, which was submitted by the Congress to the EC, saying that these are the particular constituencies where discrepancy has been found. For example, even after a whole day of voting is over, 99% of battery charging was there as far as the EVM machines are concerned, which means this is just not possible. That is where the EC has totally snubbed the Congress party, saying it's unfortunate that in a democracy, a responsible national party like the Congress is making these kind of baseless allegations.
Pallavi, I request you to stay with us because another leader from the Congress party has questioned the EVMs and the Election Commission. Now, Manish Tiwari has said that EC is in fact in a denial mode. It does not need rocket science to understand that after a full day's use of no battery-operated machine can have 99% life left in it. Democracy functions on public trust. Trust in EVMs is zilch. Earlier, there was a perception that EVMs can be interfered with. Whether it has happened or not is a different question, but after the Haryana elections and EVMs found with 99% battery life after a full day use, it has completely shaken people's confidence in EVMs. Let me now go back to my colleague Pallavi. Pallavi, once again, Manish Tiwari from the Congress says that the trust over Election Commission and EVMs are zilch. And in fact, he once again cited the same reason that you also pointed out about the 99% battery in the EVMs. Has there been a response from the Election Commission specifically on the battery life allegation that is being made by the opposition, by the Congress at this point?
Well, this allegation has been made by the Congress party earlier also, and Manish Tiwari is basically reiterating it. And at that point of time, I remember in the press conference also, the Election Commission had said that, these are again a baseless point which is being raised. We do have facilities where we notice malfunctioning, where we replace the EVM machines, and that is where the battery charge is ensured, and there is a self-charging mode which takes place. But I think the point which Manish Tiwari is making, Shireen, is very, very clear. Zero trust the Congress party and the opposition party, but particularly the Congress has on the EVM machines. We are heading for yet another state election in Maharashtra as well as in Jharkhand. And therefore, this raises a larger question which the Congress is raising in case the results go against their plans, is that, we cannot trust the elections that to be free and fair, because the EC also lives in a denial mode and never takes cognizance of many of the complaints that we make.
All right. Thank you, Pallavi Ghosh, for putting all those details into perspective. Now, moving on to the focus as far as the patrolling agreement between